Sparta was a warrior society in ancient Greece that reached the height of its power after defeating rival city-state Athens in the Peloponnesian War. Spartan culture was centered on loyalty to the state and military service. Spartan boys entered a rigorous state-sponsored education, military training and socialization program, known as the Gauge. The system emphasized duty, discipline, and endurance. Although Spartan women were not active in the military, they were educated and enjoyed more status and freedoms than other Greek women. Sparta, also known as Lacedaemon, was an ancient Greek city-state located primarily in a region of southern Greece called Laconia. The population of Sparta consisted of three main groups: the Spartans, who were full citizens, the Helots, or slaves, and the Perioeci, who were neither slaves nor citizens. The Perioeci, whose name means dwellers around, worked as craftsmen and traders, and made weapons for the Spartans. All healthy male Spartan citizens participated in the compulsory state-sponsored education system, the Gauge, which emphasized obedience, endurance, courage, and self-control. Spartan men devoted their lives to military service and lived communally well into adulthood. A Spartan was taught that loyalty to the state came before everything else, including one's family. The Helots, whose name means captives, were fellow Greeks, originally from Laconia and Messenia, who had been conquered by the Spartans and turned into slaves. The Spartans' way of life would not have been possible without the Helots, who handled all the day-to-day tasks and unskilled labor required to keep society functioning. They were farmers, domestic servants, nurses, and military attendants. Unlike such Greek city-state as Athens, a center for the arts, learning, and philosophy, Sparta was centered on a warrior culture. Male Spartan citizens were allowed only one occupation: soldier. Indoctrination into this lifestyle began early. Spartan boys started their military training at age 7. When they left home and entered the Gauge, the boys lived communally under austere conditions. They were subjected to continual physical competitions, given meager rations, and expected to become skilled at stealing food, among other survival skills. The teenage boys who demonstrated the most leadership potential were selected for participation in the Crypteia, which acted as a secret police force whose primary goal was to terrorize the general Helot population and murder those who were troublemakers. At age 20, Spartan males became full-time soldiers and remained on active duty until age 60. No one soldier was considered superior to another. Going into battle, a Spartan soldier or hoplite wore a large bronze helmet, breastplate, and ankle girds, and carried a round shield made of bronze and wood, along spear and sword. Spartan warriors were also known for their long hair and red cloaks. The Spartans' constant military drilling and discipline made them skilled at the ancient Greek style of fighting in a phalanx formation. In the phalanx, the army worked as a unit in a close, deep formation and made coordinated mass maneuvers. Spartan women had a reputation for being independent-minded and enjoyed more freedoms and power than their counterparts throughout ancient Greece. While they played no role in the military, female Spartans often received a formal education, although separate from boys and not at boarding schools. In part to attract mates, females engaged in athletic competitions, including javelin throwing and wrestling, and also sang and danced competitively. As adults, Spartan women were allowed to own and manage property. Additionally, they were typically unencumbered by domestic responsibilities, such as cooking, cleaning, and making clothing, tasks which were handled by the Helots. Marriage was important to Spartans, as the state put pressure on people to have male children, who would grow up to become citizen warriors, and to replace those who died in battle. Men who delayed marriage were publicly shamed, while those who fathered multiple sons could be rewarded. In 371 BC, Sparta suffered a catastrophic defeat at the hands of the Thebans at the Battle of Leuctra. In a further blow, Late the following year, Theban general Epaminondas led an invasion into Spartan territory and oversaw the liberation of the Mycenaean Helots, who had been enslaved by the Spartans for several centuries. The Spartans would continue to exist, although as a second-rate power in a long period of decline. In 1834, Otto, the king of Greece, ordered the founding of the modern-day town of Sparta on the site of ancient Sparta. Thanks for attention and subscribe to get more videos. Just support me with your likes and comments.